Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack Miller. Jack was 12 years old. His mother died last winter. His father died before he was born. He lived with his sister Lily. Lily was 8 years old. They had no money and no home. Their house was broken. The roof leaked when it rained. The walls were cold at night. Jack owned one old pair of shoes with big holes. He walked with pain. Lily held his small hand. Each morning, Jack kissed Lily's forehead and said, "I promise to keep you safe." Lily would smile, but Jack's heart felt heavy. He thought of his mother's soft voice. He heard her say, "Take care of Lily. Keep your family safe." Jack whispered, "I promise." One day, Jack found a stray dog in the park. The dog was thin and scared. Jack shared his last piece of bread. The dog ate it slowly. Jack said, "I will call you Shadow." Shadow followed them home. They slept in the broken house together. Jack held Lily close and said, "We will not give up." The next morning, Jack walked 5 miles to find work. He asked at a grocery store and a farm. He wore his broken shoes. People stared at his feet. He did chores for little pay. He used every cent to buy bread and blankets. Lily baked bread and shared it with Jack. They ate in silence and cried softly at night. One cold night, Jack found a dusty book. It was in English. He could read only a few words. He said, "I will learn this." Each night by lamplight, he traced letters on paper. Shadow lay beside him. Lily watched and smiled. Jack felt hope. Weeks later, Jack found a strange note under their lamp. It said, "Meet me at dawn. Bring courage." It smelled of smoke. Jack felt fear. He showed Lily the note. Lily said, "We must be brave." They held hands and went to the park at sunrise. Shadow stayed close. In the gray light, they met a tall man who held a lantern. He did not speak. He placed a folded paper in Jack's hand and vanished into fog. Jack opened it with shaking fingers. It was a simple map. A note read, "Find the key under the old church." Jack's heart pounded. He and Lily ran home with Shadow. Next day, they went to the church. Under loose stones by the door, they found a small metal box. Inside lay a silver key. The key was cold and heavy in Jack's hand. He felt it was their mother's gift. Lily hugged her brother and said, "We are not alone." That night, Jack studied the map again. The next dawn, they walked through mist to an old house hidden by vines. The door had a small keyhole. Jack fitted the key. The lock clicked and the door groaned open. Inside was a dusty room full of old toys and books. On a shelf stood a framed photo of their mother. She smiled in the picture. Jack fell to his knees. Tears poured down his face. Lily knelt beside him and held his hand. On the shelf lay a letter in their mother's handwriting. Jack opened it. He read slowly, "Jack, my brave son, I love you. Take care of Lily. You are stronger than you know. One day you will help many. Learn all you can." Jack pressed the letter to his heart. Lily whispered, "We will make her proud." Back home, Jack studied English with new fire. He read the letter each night to Lily. He helped her learn simple words. Shadow curled at their feet. Soon Jack could read entire pages. He felt proud. At dawn 1 week later, Jack walked to a small school by the farm. He asked the teacher, "May I help?" The teacher saw Jack's new skill and said, "You can teach here." Jack became a teacher of basic English. Children loved his patient lessons. He smiled when they learned new words. With his meager pay, Jack fixed their broken house. He bought new shoes for himself and blankets for Lily. He bought books for the Yao school. He painted the walls in bright colors. The house became warm and safe. Jack wrote down his story of loss, promise, and hope. He published his first book a year later. People read and cried with him. Reporters called him Teacher Jack. He used fame and money to build a library and a park near the school. Children ran under the trees and read books there. Jack opened small schools in other towns. He helped poor families learn English. His name spread across the country. Lily grew up and became a nurse. She smiled at Jack and said, "You kept your promise." Jack looked at his old, broken shoes displayed on a shelf as a reminder. He touched his mother's letter in a wooden box. One night, Jack, Lily, and Shadow sat under the stars through the open window. Jack whispered, "We had mystery, fear, sorrow, and pain. But we also had hope." Lily said, "We had love and promise." Jack held Lily's hand and said softly, "A promise is a seed of change." He looked up at the sky and asked, "What will you plant today?"